So, trans activists and the trans mob are now coming after JK Rowling again, but this time they're literally blaming her for the murder of a 16-year-old. These people are truly psychotic. Trans activists blame the murder of 16-year-old on JK Rowling's transphobic views. On social media, trans activists were quick to point their fingers at feminist campaigners in Scotland and the rest of the United Kingdom who've been fighting back against the inclusion of transgender identifying males in women's prisons and private spaces reserved for women. Transgender activists are blaming the Harry Potter author J.K. Rowling and the newly released video game Hogwarts Legacy on the murder of 16-year-old named Brianna Ghey, who was stabbed multiple times in a park in Cheshire, England. Ghey, who is transgender, was found with fatal stab wounds on Saturday. Now, obviously, nobody wants to see this happen. Nobody wants to see these kinds of stories. But to blame J.K. Rowling for this is absolutely ridiculous. Okay, they will blame people like Matt Walsh, libs of TikTok, for the when I mean obviously this is terrible, murder obviously bad, but even the slightest inconvenience to these people, they will blame on libs of TikTok, Matt Walsh, J.K. Rowling. It's absolutely ridiculous. As reported by The Guardian on Tuesday, police have not ruled out the possibility of a hate crime in Gay's death. Two 15-year-olds, a boy and a girl, were arrested on suspicion of murder. So they haven't ruled out the possibility of a hate crime, but it's not confirmed. The local constabulary in Cheshire urged the public to avoid speculation online and be wary of sharing misinformation relating to the case, in the wake of widespread claims that Gay's murder was a hate crime. All lines of inquiry are being explored, including whether this was a hate crime, a police spokesperson said. The statement follows comments from lead investigator DCS Mike Evans, who said last week that although police believe the murder was a targeted attack, there was no evidence Gay's gender identity was a motive. On social media, trans activists were quick to point their fingers at feminist campaigners in Scotland and the rest of the United Kingdom who've been fighting back against the inclusion of transgender identifying males in women's prisons and private spaces reserved for women. And yeah, I would agree with that. Men shouldn't be in women's prisons, they shouldn't be in their bathrooms. It's completely ridiculous. Important to note, the Gender Recognition Act that the gender criticals keep fighting with horrific, demonizing language means that Brianna Ghey's death certificate cannot list her gender as female, wrote queer campaigner and disinformation expert. What the fuck is that? What is a disinformation expert? Alejandra Caraballo. I know that name from somewhere. I can't remember where, but I know I've seen her around. As a final insult, the English government will officially misgender her in death. Well, Brianna Ghey was a biological male, so yeah, that's what's going to be on the death certificate. Others took it a step further by blaming J.K. Rowling and the new Harry Potter video game for the tragedy, because of course they did. If you're playing Hogwarts Legacy, this is what you're funding. You're funding J.K. Rowling to incite hatred against trans women, resulting in the vicious murder of a 16-year-old girl. You sold out this child for your effing game. No, no, people just want to be able to play a Harry Potter game. They just want to play a wizard game and be left alone. Okay? This is ridiculous. Brianna Ghey's blood is on your hands. This is what you wanted. When did she ever say that? This is what your hate has sown. I hope that you're proud of yourself. I hope you wake up in a cold sweat with her name on your lips every night for the rest of your long, hateful life. These people are truly psychotic, man. This is ridiculous. I went to Twitter and here's some other very kind words from these weirdos. Brianna Ghey, a beautiful young girl, was murdered yesterday. Her blood is on the hands of J.K. Rowling and I don't know who that is, and every bigot in the UK. Rest in peace, Brianna. We'll never stop fighting for you. You didn't die in vain, and you won't be forgotten. So, like these people blame everyone else for the death of this person, except for they're not blaming the actual people who did it. So does that mean when like a non-trans person is murdered, can everyone just blame these types of people then? Like the blood is on your hands because this non-trans person was murdered. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous. But these people don't care. They are mental. 16-year-old trans girl Brianna Ghey was stabbed to death in the UK. Violent rhetoric leads to violent actions. People like Matt Walsh, JK Rowling, Maya, Allison Bailey have blood on their hands. What violent rhetoric? There is none. You people, like I said, you're mental. Brianna Ghey wasn't just murdered by a single person. She was murdered by every single person who fear-mongered at the trans community. So now he's blaming just everybody, just throwing it out there. Everyone is responsible for this. Nobody wakes up and thinks about murdering a child just for show. They had a reason, supported and sponsored by JK. Yo, these people, this is insane. But yeah, these people aren't going to stop. They're going to blame J.K. Rowling for every little thing that happens. I mean, obviously this is not a little thing, but you get what I'm saying. These people are mental. They need help. They are psychotic, and just don't bow down to the mob. If you're playing Hogwarts Legacy, continue to play it. Don't listen to these people. They are weirdos. But I guess that's about it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I will talk to you later.